Okay. Let me open Trailhead. Hmm. So product rule, no? Okay. Before that, do you know means what is product rule? What do you mean by product rule? Why will be means knowing about product rule? Why it is
Product rule
necessary?
is same as validation rule which we use in the general Salesforce.
Correct. Means kind of correct. That is one part you have answered. So it's like we can select the product, we can validate the product, even we can send any alert message if wrong product has been chosen. Otherwise, means we can even filter the product based on our necessity or based on the client requirement. So what exactly sales rep can do with the products and how exactly they can configure before adding to the quote, or let's say on the quote, what would be the final product which should reach out to the quote, that will be decided by the product rule. That means before that, if sales means product rule will be set up or it will be executed, then whatever final product will be reaching out to the quote, that will be considered as the exact product or the necessary product. Okay, so that means that product is required. That means that,
Okay.
those are the required product. No, means I mean, let's say product A is required, product B is required, product C is not required, but in a bundle product A B C is added. Whenever we are adding that bundle in the code, by default product A B C will come, but we will restrict it before adding it into the code, like product C won't be coming to that. We can do it by selecting unselecting here, but this is a simple example I have given. So kind of means what kind of configuration or what sales rep can do with the product, that can be decided by the product rule.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the type of product rule. So how many types of product rule are there? Four types: alert, validation, selection, filter. So alert means suppose you are adding a product A and customer doesn't want or client doesn't want product B should be added whenever product D is there on the code. Sorry, product A is there in the code. So with along with product A, product B shouldn't be added. If sales rep is adding product B with product A, then one alert message will be pop up. Okay, so a alert message will be pop up while saving the configuration product. Then you can means there is a choice whether you can ignore that message or you can continue adding that. I mean, you can continue or deselect product B. Alert means it's like giving a warning message. Okay, something you have done a wrong thing. If you want, then just go back, change the configuration. Otherwise, if you don't want, then ignore this message and go forward. That is called alert. Okay. Next is validation. Validation means similar to alert, but you can't just go ahead. With means you can't ignore and go ahead. You have to make the correct things. You have to make the configuration correct. Then you can go ahead. Alert is you can ignore the message and you can go ahead. But validation, you can't ignore the message and go ahead. You have to correct the things. Then you can go ahead. That is the difference between alert and validation. Okay. Next is selection. Selection means what kind of products you can add or remove or display or hide. Okay, in the means bundle configuration, or let's say with one product with another product. That kind of things if you'll be doing, then you will be selecting selection type of product rule. Okay, so you can add or remove or hide or display. So those kind of things can be done with the selection product rule. Okay, now filter. Filter is I have told about dynamic filter concept while telling you about feature, right? So that dynamic filter is nothing but this filter. So whenever dynamic filter concept will come, so you have to remember we should check in the product rule. Okay, product rule and feature, both these places. Okay, so filter is like suppose a product, but you are means you have you purchased a Nokia mobile. So earlier with Nokia mobile, Airtel was actually giving some 2 GB of data, right? Suppose customer needs means customer need 8 GB of data tomorrow. So as of now, Nokia phone has been sold out with 2 GB of data, Airtel data, but tomorrow all of a sudden they need another 4 GB. So that is one kind of requirement changes happen. So without changing the existing configuration, even you can't add one more means one more item to that bundle. So that kind of things if you are doing, that is called dynamic filter. That means it is not static, it is dynamic. That means based on the requirement it will be changed. Okay, based on the requirement, new products will, whenever new products will be launched, those will be automatically displaying to the sales rep for that bundle, and they can select those items.
Okay.
Okay, so that time you can use filter product rule. So these are the four types of filter product, sorry, four types of product rule. Okay, so we will learn more about all these product rule one by one, but today we will learn about alert and validation first. Okay, now in product rule, if you go to product rule itself, you can see a tab is there, product rule. Okay, and you can create the record. That means product rule itself is an object, and you can create records. So if you will be creating a new product rule, then you can see some fields or some related objects there, means many fields but related objects you can see, like product rule is there. Okay, within that error condition is there, action is there, lookup query is there, configuration rule is there. Okay, along with these four, you can sometimes you can see summary variable, configuration attribute. But summary variable and configuration attribute, it will be used specifically. Like summary variable you can use only in error condition and action. Configuration attribute you can use error condition and in lookup query. See this hierarchy. Product rule, inside product rule you can see error condition, action, lookup query, configuration rule. These are the things. Along with that, if you are using summary variable and configuration attribute, you have to use it specifically for specific object. Like configuration attribute can be used with error condition and lookup query, uh, or lookup query. Summary variable can be used in conditions or action. Okay, you can't use configuration attribute with configuration rule or let's say action. Okay, that's why this arrow mark things is there. And why? Because in if you'll go inside error condition or lookup query, there you will see a field called configuration attribute. That's why you can use configuration attribute with these two. Similarly, if you'll go inside error condition and action, you will see a summary variable field. That's why you can use summary variable with condition and action. Okay, now configuration attribute, I have told you what is configuration attribute, how to create the configuration attribute and all. Now we can use configuration attribute along with product rule. Okay, later, but I will tell you the use case and scenario. But now let's see what exactly this related list to. So error condition is like if condition. Okay, so if this will be done, then action will be performed. That means if this error condition will satisfy, then this action will be performed. Okay, this is called error condition. You are making a condition there so that the product rule will be triggered. Okay, with the right error conditions, the rules will only run when they need to. That means the conditions must satisfy, or it should be right to fire the rule. Okay, there should be error condition. With if it will satisfy that error condition, then make the action. What kind of action it will perform? Okay, now lookup query. Lookup query is something like sometimes what happen, you will be creating product rule, and there are means similar kind of product rule you will be using. Like I'll be using the product rule like for this for India. Similar product rule I'll be using for US and UK, like that. That time instead of creating multiple product rule, you can use a lookup query. Okay, so it's kind of very means little differences, but same kind of functions. If they are doing, then you can use lookup query. I will explain you about lookup query in detail later. Okay, now configuration rule. Configuration rule is like if you are applying the product rule for any bundle, that time you can associate that bundle with this product rule using this configuration rule. So configuration rule will only used in case of bundle. This rule applies to any specific configurable bundle. So you remember, configuration rule will always used in case of bundle, not for standalone product. In case you are using or you are associating any product rule with any bundle, that time you remember you should use the configuration rule. Okay, and let's say you have created a product rule for one bundle, let's say telecommuter bundle. Similar product rule means same product rule you want to use for another bundle, let's say desktop bundle. So you can create multiple configuration rules within that product rule. Okay, and you can assign the bundle, like one record you can create for telecommuter, another configuration rule record you can create for desktop bundle. Okay, and this is one summary variable, this is one object you can see, and how it is useful in error condition action I will show you now, and even configuration attribute also I will show you, but later. Okay, now, okay, this is configuration attribute, and summary variable I will tell you. Now let me just show you one example. Let me go to work, launcher. Now product rule. Now this is one product rule I am explaining. Okay, there is a requirement like whenever for telecommuter workstation you are adding you are selecting more than one USB devices, then you select USB hub as well. Like one hub is there, with that hub USB microphone, USB connector, USB light or anything, those will be connected. Okay, so suppose you are selecting USB microphone, USB light, USB headphone, like that. If you are selecting multiple USB, means more than one USB connectors or USB devices, then this USB hub should be selected. If more than one USB devices will be selected in your bundle, then you should select a USB hub which will connect all these USB items. Okay, you understood the requirement or any doubt? I will explain it again if in a doubt.
Understood.
Okay, fine. Now we can achieve this with two way. One is through alert, one is through validation. We will see one by one. First, let's see alert. Okay. So what I said about alert, alert is like a pop-up window will come. There will be button like continue or ignore, like that. So if you want to ignore, then ignore or cancel, and continue. Sorry, continue means you can ignore and continue, or go back and change this configuration and save this. Like this, there are two ways, two options for alert. Alert means you can ignore or you can change, but validation means you can't ignore but you have to change, you must change. That is the difference. Okay, so let me just explain you about alert first. So this is the product tool. Okay, I have just given a product tool name here and I made it as active. Condition met. Okay, this is one field, picklist field. You can see all, any, custom. All means and, any means or, custom means based on our and or means it's like combination of both and or, custom. If you are selecting custom, then you have to make the condition here. Okay, if you are selecting all, that means if all conditions will be met or all conditions will be satisfied, then only the action will be performed. Okay, condition means error condition. If you'll compare with this diagram, then you can understand. So product rule, inside product rule, error condition, action, lookup query, configuration rule is present. So these are the items: lookup query, error condition, actions, lookup queries, configuration rule. So these are present inside product rule. Okay, so now if you are defining any, just minimize, yeah. So if you are defining any error condition here, I have two error conditions here. So if both will be satisfied, then only it will perform the action. That's why condition met all. If any of these will satisfy and the action will be performed, then you can meditate as or. Okay. If you are having three conditions, only one two will satisfy and three may or may not, then you can select as custom, and here one and two or three, like that you can type. Okay, these are the index number you are typing, one and two, and index number you are giving it here in the conditions. There is a field called index, here you are giving. So for this requirement, how we will set up the product rule? So for this requirement, customer is telling you just display alert message, that's it. Sales rep should know they are actually not selecting the USB hub, so they should select. Without USB hub also they can sell it, but let them know. So that time you are selecting type as alert. So type, I told four types: alert, validation, selection and filter. So you can select alert type. Scope is product or code. That means where you want to show this product rule or trigger this product rule, on the product configuration or on the code. If you will be selecting product, that means it will be uh, applying or executing during the product configuration page. If code, then after adding from product configuration page, on the code page it will means fair. So you are selecting here on the product, because during the configuration product only it should show the alert. I have selected product. Evaluation event, when it will be displayed, during the save or always or edit or load. So I have selected during save only, it should. You can select always or edit based on the requirement. Okay, you can select. So save. Okay, now error condition. Okay, so what kind of error condition I have means designed here? Okay, so first let me open this one. Now before that, uh, I will tell you about this one, summary variable. I told, right? So summary variable is one object which can be used in error condition and or action and action. Okay, summary variable. Summary variable, when we can use summary variable? Okay, so summary variable we have, means we know roll up summary kind, right? In admin, roll up summary. Similar to roll up summary, this is also used summary variable. Same function. So like summing up, summing means adding, division, subtracting, okay, multiplication. So those kind of mathematical functions if we'll be doing, we are using summary variable. Now our requirement is whenever more than one USB devices will be selected, then consider one USB hub should be added. So to know more than one, so that means we are adding, okay, how many USB connector or USB devices we are selecting. So that means we are adding all the sum, means we are making the sum of all the quantity of the USB devices. So that when that kind of requirement will come, then you will use summary variable. So you can see summary variable here. So I have created one summary variable USB sum. Okay, so to add what are the total means what is the total quantity of USB devices. So how I have created this? So I have given the name. Okay, this is just a text name, variable name. So my requirement is during the product configuration page only, it will add the devices quantity. So product configuration page, where you will see the product devices, on the product option only. That's why tested object I have selected product option. Okay, I have selected product option. So in the product option page, how many quantities will be there? Just add it. Okay, so I have selected product option. Now to add, what function I should select? I will select sum. So here you can see count, sum, average, mean, max. These kind of things, these are the aggregate function. But multiplication, division, which I have told, these are the composite operator. Add, subtract, multiply, division. Okay, you can combine both. Suppose you are adding and multiplying by 2. So you can add it here, and composite operation you can use multiply, and you can give the value element as 2. Okay, like that you can do. But here we are just summing up all the quantity of USB devices. That's it. Okay, so USB sum, I'm just giving a text name. In product option, what is the product I need to add or I need to sum up? I will filter out those product. So here with product code, I am selecting the operator contains. So whatever product with the name USB, whether at the starting or at the end or at the middle, wherever USB name is present, whatever products with USB name are added in that product configuration or into that bundle, those I will add. I will add the quantity of those. So product code contains USB, sum the quantity. Aggregate field as quantity. Quantity is a field, right? It's a given field. Okay, standard field. So I have, you can use custom field also. So I am just adding the quantity of those products, which means those contains the USB name. Okay, I'm just adding. I'm not getting the result here. I'm just adding. I'm just summing up. That's it. And our summary variable is done. Now we will use this summary variable in our product rule. So where we can use the summary variable? Summary variable can be used in condition and action. Let's go to condition. Now, how we will decide the condition in the product rule? So it's like we are thinking, okay, so if more than one USB devices will be there in the product configuration page, then we can add USB hub. So we should know what is the sum of USB devices and whether there is any USB hub is also present or not. If that is the case, any USB hub present or not, then there also we are summing up the USB hub and we are checking whether the quantity is 0 or more than 0. I mean 1, 2, 3 like that. Then only we can know, right, whether USB hub is present or not. If it is 0, that means no USB hub. Then action should be performed like USB hub should be added. If not 0 or 1, then no action should be performed. Right, so we are adding the USB hub also. So similarly for USB hub also I have created one more summary variable, USB hub sum. Okay, and here I am filtering out with product code USB hub. Okay, and summing of the quantity. That's it in the product option. Done. Summary variable. Now to summary variable we have to use in the product rule. Okay, now here I have defined two condition. One first condition is it will first what it will do, if it means it will check whether the total sum of USB devices is greater than 1 or not. If it is greater than 1, then it will check for the next condition whether USB hub is present or not. So first condition it will check. How it will check? See, index I have given one, I told, right, index number, and there index number we can use it here whenever we are using custom, we can use it here. So index number, if you won't give index number also it's fine, but it's best practice to give the index number. Okay, and test, see, here I am using the summary variable. So tested variable is nothing but the summary variable. This is the condition, error condition. So with error condition we can use summary variable, right? So with error condition we are using the summary variable. So tested variable is nothing but USB sum. Whenever you are using tested variable, you remember you don't have to use attribute, field or object. This tested field, tested object, tested field, attribute, because you are using USB sum. Whenever you are using object, field or attribute, you don't have to use tested variable or summary variable. Okay, so I am using tested variable or summary variable here, so I no need to specify here for the object or field or attribute value, right? So now USB sum, what USB sum was doing, it is adding the total USB devices quantity. Now that quantity is operator here, if greater than equals to 1 or greater than 1. If greater than 1, so here for greater than 1 I am choosing the filter information operator. Filter, you can have value or variable, so I have selected value, and here filter value I have given. If I would have selected variable, then here I have given the summary variable. But here in this case we are just checking the tested variable and what is the sum of the quantity, whether it is greater than 0, sorry, 1 or not. Okay, now greater than 1. If it is greater than 1 total USB devices, then next condition it will check whether there is any USB hub also present or not. That means it will check whether the USB hub sum quantity is greater than 0 or not, right? So sorry, equals to 0 or not. If USB devices we are having more than one, you and there is no USB hub, that means this is a error. If it will satisfy the error condition, then only action will be performed. That means to error, for satisfying the error condition, we should make the error statement here. Okay, so USB devices quantity is more than one, but there is no USB hub present. So no USB hub present means, so see, USB hub sum equals to 0. Okay, so first index it will calculate, it will check whether sum of USB devices is greater than 1 or not. Yes, it is greater than 1, it is satisfying. That means we make condition met all. That means first it will check this one, and it will go for the next condition, and it will say, it will see whether USB hub sum is equal to 0 or not. Yes, USB hub sum is equal to 0. Okay, here one more than one USB devices are present, but we don't have any hub, USB hub. Then it is satisfying, then it is displaying the message here. So what action it will perform, it will just simply show a message. So for alert and validation you can use the message, you can use the message for everything, but alert and validation there is no such action. You are simply showing the message or pop-up, that's why the message is enough. So you can type any message here. So I have typed, consider adding a USB hub when you have more than one USB device selected. So now, okay, this is done. Now to which bundle we are using, I told, whenever you are using, whenever you are applying the product rule for any bundle, you should use the configuration rule. Okay, so inside the configuration rule I have defined the bundle name, telecommuter workstation. So let me just edit it and show. So I made it active and just assign the product, that's it. Okay, product rule automatically it determined. I have just added the product bundle here, that's it. Then save. Now how it will work, how it looks like. So I will go to code, let's test it. So I will open the code, edit line. Okay, now let me delete the existing product and add telecommuter workstation. Telecommuter workstation, select. Now, is there any word or product code contains USB? No, right? There is no. This one is USB. Okay, this one is USB hub. You can see. Okay, before that we should add the USB devices. So let's go to another feature. And this is also not USB. Okay. These are all USB. So USB webcam, USB webcam mic. Okay, now two quantity. Okay, this is also USB mic. Three quantity. Here any USB is there? No, right? Okay. So now three quantity of USB devices we have selected in this bundle. Now if it is more than one, then and we are not selecting any USB hub, then it should display the alert.
Oh,
Correct.
yes, yes.
Now let's save it and see. See, the alert message came. Consider adding a USB hub when you have more than one USB device selected. That means I have selected three quantity of USB devices, but I haven't selected USB hub. That's why this alert message came. Now I have two options, whether I can cancel and save or continue, sorry, cancel and check it and save. Otherwise, continue button and it will save in
And
the
and
code.
and if we don't select any option with USB name, then
Okay. Now if we won't select any USB, that means not even one.
Mhm.
Then there is no product rule to fire, right? We are not selecting
And
any USB.
it's and condition, right? It will.
Uh, oh, sorry. Let's close this call. Then now save. This is different message. Camera. Okay, so this is one error message I have said. Actually, for USB for camera, there should be minimum one. See feature. I can change it. Let me change it quickly. Product control station. Minimum option is one. So let me change this one. Save.
Zero.
Sorry. Save. Now let me go back to the code. Select the code. Edit line. Delete the existing product. Now add the bundle. Telecom to row station. Select. Now I am not selecting any USB hub. I'm going to the USB. Okay, I'm unselecting this one. No USB is selected. No USB devices is selected. Okay, now save. Directly it will be saved in the code. Why product rule will apply? Product rule will only apply when more than one.
Mhm.
We are selecting more than one USB devices, but we are not selecting any USB device. Sorry, USB hub. That time it will fire. Okay, so alert is clear.
Yes.
So alert you can ignore or you can continue. Now same rule I will change it to validation and we'll see how it behaves. Okay, earlier it was alert type, now it is validation type. Now let me add this product in quote, edit lines, this one. Oh, sorry, delete lines, add product, telecommuter station. Now select. Now I am not selecting USB hub and I will select more than one. Okay, that's it. Now save. Now here what pop-up was coming, it will come now with red, means danger. Same error message but with uh, validation rule. So that means you can't ignore it. Okay, let's ignore it. Okay, let's ignore. There is nothing to do. Let's try to save now again. Still also you will get the error. You can't ignore it. Okay, it's like John Cena. You can see me or you can ignore me, right? Something. So you can't ignore it.
Yeah.
Correct. So you have to select the USB hub, then only you can add it. This is the beauty of validation rule. Okay, so this is how alert and validation works. Okay, so let me stop the recording now.